everybody, it's Tuesday, so you know what that means.
TV Tuesday.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Spiraken's TV Tuesday, the podcast where we talk about new television shows and our initial reactions to it. I'm your host, Zan, saying konnichiwa, aloha, bonjour, what's up?
Hey, it's Gretta.
Yes, we're back again for another fun-filled episode. Hope you've had a good week, and hope you've been watching some really good shows. This week, our shows are a little divisive, I'd say. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Some of the things are a little stressful, a little weird, but remember you can check out any of our earlier episodes at
www.spiraken.com.
And remember to join our Discord at tinyurl.com/SPIRADISCORD so you can comment and react to the shows. We might be doing some Let's Watch Togethers once we do a premium account when that happens, but we're actually going to be trying something a little bit different today. We're actually going to have me do the main part, and then Greta will come back for...
Spoilers!
Because she has a lot of thoughts on this episode, especially because of some of the shows that we're talking about, including some things which would be considered barbaric, or is it strange?
Gross.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes when Greta comes back, but for the first part, I will do the main part. Woo!
Woo!
So Greta, vanish.
Oof.
And let's get to it, shall we? Because we've got 3 shows to talk about, and each one of them were very different and varied. So we're going to start off with the one which a lot of you are actually still interested in hearing our thoughts about, and we're talking about Dancing with the Stars. Season 29, Episode 9, Icon Nights. This is the night where people talked about musical icons that intrigued them, engaged them, and made them actually interested. And we're only down to 7 groups left, so we're going to see what happens. And obviously we had people who dressed up interestingly, like Nelly was dressed up as Tupac Shakur, AJ was dressed up as Freddie Mercury, Johnny was dressed up as Amy Winehouse, which was really strange. You had Justina dressed up as Madonna, Neve dressed up as Elton John, Sky as Janet Jackson, and they all did really great jobs in their costumes, and their dances were pretty engaging and very varied. Now, this is near the end, since there's 7 left, so what they now do to fill in the time, because it's a 2-hour time slot, is that after the first round, one of the members is safe because it's an odd number, but then all the others are broken into groups of 2, so that's 3 groups of 2, and they have a dance-off against each other doing different dances. And I've got to say, it was engaging, exciting, and pretty intriguing. The characters that dance the best won things, and then something interesting, which I'm going to bitch about before we get to our spoiler section where we talk about the winners and the losers, is that as we were watching this, we had to watch it through an alternative means, because since we're on the East Coast, in the Upper East Coast, instead of Dancing with the Stars being shown on our TV where we're shown everywhere else, instead, are you ready for some more football? Yes, American football was on Monday Night Football instead of Dancing with the Stars. So we had to watch it through a different means because the Pats were on. And honestly, I think that's kind of BS if you want to watch a show and it's like, no, you're not going to watch a show because we're going to show the football game instead. That's your own thing. And yes, I'm aware many people like football, but meh is what I'm going to say. Kind of ruined the experience a little bit. We'll get more into it in the spoiler section. So next, we have the second episode of Season 2 of Star Wars' The Mandalorian, which is on Disney+. And this is Chapter 10, The Passenger, was directed by Peyton Reed, and this is a very controversial episode. Everybody has been talking about it because of the actions of everyone's favorite, Baby Yoda, the child. Let's be honest, we have a lot of things to say about this episode, but overall, besides that, this episode became an escort mission and was a filler. It's the Mandalorian is trying to finish his mission, and now he has a lead, and unfortunately he has to escort someone in order to get his lead, and hijinks ensue. This episode was kind of one of the weakest episodes of the entire series. It's definitely the weakest episode of this season so far, but there's only 2 episodes, so makes sense. I gotta say, it has, though, some of the best effects of the series. Everything looks amazing. You have designs of spaceships, you have designs of creatures, and to top it off, there's a little bit of danger. So, even though it is the worst episode of the series, it's not bad. It's still really high up there. It's engaging and exciting, and there's some great elements if you watch it again. So, finally, let's talk about our third show that we were watching. It's a weird show, a strange show, a show where crazy people are dressed up. Yes, we're talking about Masked Singer, and this is Season 4, Episode 6, the Group C Playoffs. Funny you should mask. Great pun. But this one is, we're dealing with the Group C's second outing, and also their removal to bring them down to 3 members, and then after that there'll be the final 2 going to the finals. But so far we've got Mushroom, Broccoli, Squiggle, and Jellyfish, and I've got to say, each one of them did some very classic songs, and it's still not as amazing as the other groups. They're not as excellent as the Group A, which has the sun and the popcorn, or Group B with their standouts. This episode was okay. There were some great songs, though. I mean, you had If I Could Turn Back Time, Hello by Lionel Richie, I Can't Get No Satisfaction, and Crazy by Patsy Cline. And they do excel at it. It's not the same star power. But I've got to say, it was very entertaining. How does it end? How does it go? Well, we're going to discuss this in the spoiler section, where we're going to tell you all about all the secrets. That's kind of the problem with doing this like this, where we talk about the spoilers afterwards, especially when we're talking about competitions. We can't go too far in depth into our reactions to it. The only show we really could discuss is The Mandalorian that far. But worry not. Every week we have new shows, and those shows are going to discuss different things that we watch in our initial reactions, and if we keep watching them or not, if we get fazed by them. So don't worry about it. If you have any comments or concerns, if you want to actually recommend a TV show for us to discuss, you can go to our Discord, Discord's tinyurl.com/Spira Discord. Join our Discord, and you can comment and leave reactions for different shows you're watching and shows you want us to review. More importantly than that, you can email me personally at Zan, that's Xan, at Spiraken, SPIRAKN.com. And you can let me know what you think of the show. So, with that in mind, hope you guys enjoy this episode. Stay tuned for after the credits to hear our spoiler review, and Gretta will return to talk about that. And let us know if you like this, where the first part's just me, and then the spoilers are with me and Gretta. Let me know what you think. Anyway, I've been Zan, I'm Gonzville. Catch you guys next time, and keep watching TV. See ya! Spoiler time!
Yay!
And you're back.
From outer space.
Yes, you were gone for quite a little bit of time, it seems. Almost too long, but with the power of editing, it's been only 7 minutes.
Woohoo!
Ooh. Yes. So let's actually get to it, shall we? Because we got 3 shows to talk about, and going in order, first we're going to talk about the Group C eliminations from The Masked Singer. And something we also did talk about was the guest host for the episode, and honestly, I was kind of underwhelmed with that. And let's be honest, it was someone that we all thought it was someone else. We thought it was all Jamie Foxx, and we were all wrong again. Who was it?
Wayne Brady!
Back again from his turn as the Fox.
He was a good fox.
He was an excellent Fox. And this episode was a little crazy and weird. I mean, we had Mushroom, who I'm really confused by.
Mushroom's a guy.
No, we know Mushroom's a guy, but Mushroom just, I don't know if I like them or not with their singing voice.
Who was it that it was Seal that was playing up being super feminine and kind of
like at first I thought they were doing that, but I'm not sure. The way that they're acting, I'm not sure what their deal is, if it's an act, if it's true, so it's putting me off. Also, more importantly, their song style changed completely, so not sure what's going on. But this time, the Mushroom sang, "If I could turn back time, if I could find a way."
I really liked it. It was very like the Cher. What is it called when you dress up as somebody?
Drag show? Transvestite?
No. Impersonator. Cher impersonators unite.
At least it wasn't Liza.
With a Z. Sorry.
Watch next episode, it's Liza. I'll be like, I did not expect this. Are they listening to this podcast? We don't know. But then we had the Broccoli, who the Broccoli has been doing pretty good. And they sang one of the best songs that I like. "Hello, is it me you're looking for? I could see it in your eyes."
I really like broccoli as a vegetable.
You don't like the singer?
No, not my favorite.
He's not my favorite, but like I said earlier, these characters are they're different, they're unexpected, and Broccoli is pretty okay. But he's actually was not great. He was better than the Mushroom. And the crazy part is that, let's be honest, the Mushroom was saved.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. They picked someone who we thought was good, which is the Squiggle Monster. And the Squiggle Monster sang, "I can't get no by the Rolling Stones." And he tried, and he tried, and he tried.
And he tried.
But he can't get no. And he was... Well, he was the Squiggle Monster. He did a good job, and everyone got him. And the funny thing is, Ken got it right?
Yeah.
Ken knew who it was, and that was the shocking part. And then last but not least, we had, of course, the jellyfish doing crazy.
And the jellyfish, you can tell, is super nervous.
But they're seasoned. They're a seasoned singer.
But they're super nervous. It's like, that's how I get when I get all my energy gets bottled up. I kind of like jump around, shake.
I don't know. The jellyfish may be good, may be bad. I think the jellyfish is good.
I think the jellyfish is doing a really great job.
I think it's going to end up being the jellyfish and hopefully the Broccoli. And
from this group.
But now the reveal. Who was it that was...
Everybody's favorite dad from the 90s.
Yep.
Bob Saget.
Everyone's vulgar dad from the 90s. Who... He was very, nice, but he also had a couple of nice zingers that were like, okay, this is Bob Saget. It's not Danny Tanner.
Yeah, and then as soon as you start opening his mouth again, you're like a little bit excited and a little bit nervous. Like, what's going to come out of that?
Yeah. He also was on I Can See Your Voice, which is Ken Jeong's show.
But you said it wrong. I can see your voice.
And that show, he was super raunchy. He's like, say hi to your mom for me. And you're like, oh, damn.
Oh, Danny Tanner.
Oh, no. He's like, you were like my TV dad. Say hi to your mom for me.
Say hi to your mom for me, yeah.
It's like, oh. And then someone else
But that was like his version of it being cleaned up, you know?
Yeah. But that episode, the episode beforehand, he was also in there. And that episode almost made us have the tears because...
Oh, I did cry.
Oh, that one, it was bad. That episode of that show was so bad because she almost lost everything. She didn't win. She's trying to get money for a house for her daughter. And everyone's like, oh my God, you've lost 3 times. You have no money. We want to do something for you. I'm pretty sure if she had lost, they would have pitched together to give her money.
But we got off track. We're talking about Masked Singer.
I think yes. So, any observations onto who the characters are? No idea. It's not like last year where I could figure out people. I have no idea who anybody is currently in Group C. Group A, I have the only people who we kind of know maybe is Popcorn. I still think it's going to be Tina, even though I'm probably wrong. It's probably not Tina Turner. Who else was there? Then there's the Sun, who I have no idea who the Sun is. I don't know. I just know that they're a major singer. The Popcorn's a major singer. And the Snow Owls, who I don't like, well, I
really like the Popcorn's shoes. They're like... I know, you're like, really, Greta? Thanks for bringing up costumes again. But look at them. They're red, sparkly
They're the ruby
shoes.
slippers, because they're the first thing that were Technicolor. I get the reference for it, but I don't know. And the Snow Owls, I don't like their design. I think I want them gone. So for Group B, on the other hand, these guys, I have no idea who anybody is. The alien was Mark Sanchez. I was like, okay, at this point, I just give up. I don't know who nobody is. The first group of Group C, we all knew who that was because she's such a horrible, that voice and that mannerism.
I still like when they said that it was Wendy Williams, and everyone was like, "Yep, we knew it. Hey, girl." It's definitely the mean girl. Like, everybody's nice to you so that you don't talk about them.
And she still apparently talked about them.
Of course she did.
Of course. So now let's get to the one which is the elephant in the room, or the spider in the cave. Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 2.
Love me some Mandalorian. Love me some Baby Yoda. But it was so gross. Baby Yoda ate the baby spider and he was eating the eggs. It was so gross.
Yeah, and they did that for comic effect. And if you've read online, they've been defending, saying, oh, it was just because it was, they're unfertilized. And it's like, no. Everybody agreed this was kind of horrifying and made Baby Yoda, or the child, look sinister.
Gross. And
he was mean about, the mom saves him, and then he's like...
After he knows it's a no, he's still eating them.
Yes, hopefully next episode he learns from his mistake. But for those of you who are confused, or haven't been confused, so he's been chartered to help this last of her kind get to a planet.
Last of their line.
Sorry, last of their line, you're right. To get to a planet so that they could have their kids where their husband is. Also, she will tell them where there's Mandalorians, because he has to return the child to the Jedi.
It's her last opportunity to
have kids.
Have babies. And her husband has found a planet that's suitable for their race.
Yes.
And they're the last of their line.
Yeah, the weird thing is that they said it's a random planet. I was like, I'm surprised they didn't say Mon Calamari. Because Mon Calamari is because you have the Quarians on Mon Calamari, and you have the Mon Calamari. Now, for those who don't know, Mon Calamari, that's Admiral Akbar. It's a trap! It's the fish people. And it should be their planet, but it's not. It's a random planet, so I'm excited for that. But the Razor Crest gets pulled over by the cops. It's just a straight up pull down. I love the fact that it's a new order.
Because he has to fly. If he flies fast, he can hide from everybody. But he can't fly fast because it would damage the eggs. Yeah,
so he has to go sublight, which pretty much means in sublight time, what could be a day trip is a month.
Instead of taking the freeway, you're taking side back roads at 35 miles an hour.
No, this is like taking the freeway in first gear.
Ugh.
Going 30 miles an hour. It's bad. So he gets getting pulled over. And fun fact, one of the two pilots was the pilot that blew up the space station in the heist episode last season.
I like it.
So it makes sense why he's like, hey, were you by that penal colony?
Mm-hmm.
And I like that first he's like, listen, he's like, we don't see your transponder. He's like, yeah, this is a pre-Empire rig, a salvage. I don't need one. It's like, well, New Republic, new rules. I'll get to take care of that. May the Force be with you. And also with you. He's like, hold on. I need you to ping. The ping doesn't work. Shut up. What? Nothing. And I like that once the chase happens, they say, hold on, change the comms. Go to comm 2. And then you just see the X-Wings unfold.
And it's like, uh-oh.
And then it's just essentially a chase sequence. And it's a really good chase sequence that is cinematic. It's like they put most of the budget for the episode in that sequence. And it's well done. And I like that they're like saying, "Don't make us do it, man. Don't make us do it. Just calm down."
Like they don't want to.
Yeah, and you find out why they don't want to. At first, it's like, oh, maybe they're going to arrest them. And they're morally gray at this point. They're like, yeah, we know you're illegal, but you did help out one of our own, so we're going to let you have a pass.
We're all just going to walk away.
He's like, can you guys help me? He's like, nope, we're going to walk away.
Like, that's where we're at.
And
but they did shoot off all of the spiders.
Yes, they did after Baby Yoda or the child woke up all the spiders. And something funny.
Yeah, by eating one. Still gross.
Yeah, but that wasn't fair. I like that Richard Okoye was back as Zero. I didn't expect that. Because it's cool to see that. Because after they crash, the ship is messed up. There's a big hole in the breach. It's going to take a while to fix the ship, but they need some time. He needs time to rest. He goes to rest, and the passenger, the frog lady, is like, she doesn't speak basic. And she ends up hacking into Zero, who is left on the ship. And I was surprised that he left Zero on the ship. Because he hates droids. Or he hated droids, now he's getting used to droids. And I like that he immediately, you hear Zero's voice. It took me a minute to realize it was Zero. And he pulls out the gun and points at him. He's like, no, it's me. I just hacked into this robot's brain. He's like, that's a killer. It doesn't matter.
I'm using it to translate.
Yeah, we had a deal. You're going to do the deal. It's like, fine, I'll do the deal. And he starts working on it, and then she walks off, and Baby Yoda actually starts kind of chirping, like saying, hey, listen, follow me. She left.
And then she's in a hot spring.
And yeah, natural hot spring to keep her babies warm, and it's like, we gotta get in before it gets cold.
She's just floating around with her eggs, and then Baby Yoda tries to eat another one.
But he's like, nope, you're not doing that. He's like, no, don't do that. Then he wakes up the spiders, and another fun fact, these spiders were originally supposed to be in Empire Strikes Back. Luke was supposed to face them. So I'm guessing this might have been Hoth, but I don't think it's Hoth. I hope it's not Hoth.
Wherever it is, I'm never going there.
No, but these spiders...
The spider has like a colon hanging out that has teeth on it.
It looks like a squid. It looks like a squid with spider legs. Like a reverse volcano with spider legs.
And because there's like little baby ones, there's all different sized ones, and they're all attacking.
Yeah, because it's a bunch of eggs. There's eggs.
They're all evil spiders.
They end up trying to fight. They lock into the thing. They say that the New Republic X-Wing fighters save them and then say, listen, get that fixed. I don't want to deal with this next time. And he leaves. And it turns out that the ship is completely shot to hell. He's like, yeah, listen, it's going to be a bumpy ride. We don't have the cabin we don't have the main body anymore. We're going to be stuck in the cockpit. So if you have to use the privy, use it now. We get a long trip. And it ends where, well, one, the mom saved Baby Yoda with a holdout blaster, which I was kind of surprised that she did. And then at the end, to be sick and horrifying, Baby Yoda pulls out one of the eggs out of his pocket and eats it.
Out of his jacket.
Like I said earlier.
And I like eggs. It was just...
Yeah, it felt like first he's like, friend. And that's like, no, it's not.
It was like all cute. He's like, oh, he's looking at him. And then he ate it. And it's kind of like, I'm totally fine with eating eggs.
Go get them from the chicken. Bring them into the house. Crack them. But you don't take it from the chicken and eat it in front of the chicken.
I don't know.
It was just...
I feel like I'm going to have a lot of comments on this one.
Like I said earlier, this is the weakest episode of the series so far. It was a filler episode, but it was...
I could have done without seeing Baby Yoda eat the creepy stuff.
This is the weakest episode of the season so far, which isn't saying much because there's only 2 episodes. It's still a good episode. It's visually stunning.
Still love Mandalorian.
And the sequence with the spiders chasing them was cool. Unfortunately, he no longer has the singing bird, and I was surprised it took him so long to use the flamethrower, because I thought that would have been early on. I guess he was saving that to keep himself warm, maybe.
I don't know. That's the first thing I would have used.
Kill him with fire? Yeah,
yes.
I agree. But yeah, this one, out of our rating system, because Masked Singer has been just watch it. It's worth watching once and then forget about it.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It's funny.
But this episode was not the best episode to watch for Masked Singer. It's like just maybe keep it on in the background because the singing was not that great. But Mandalorian, this is still worth watching once.
Like, sit down, stop what you're doing, and watch it.
Yeah, it's not must. You have to watch it immediately. Like it does. It's probably setting up something really big, but we didn't even forget to talk about the beginning of the episode where he gets hijacked. Oh yeah, so he gets hijacked in the beginning of the episode. He's riding back on the speeder bike, and these it's not even Tusken Raiders. It's just straight up guys who just want his stuff, and I'm trying to jack him. He ends up killing most of them, and one of them who's injured grabs Baby Yoda and puts a vibroblade to his neck. So he's like, don't touch him. Don't hurt him. If you hurt him, I'm going to go after you. But you can take anything you want. Just give me the child.
There's a lot of... Yeah, that was one of my favorite things. There's a lot of valuable wreckage over there. Take all of it. And he motions and he wants the jetpack from the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay. And he takes it off, sets it down, walks away. And then you know that this is going to happen.
He picks up the baby first.
He goes and gets Baby Yoda and then touches his arm and shoots the...
He ignites the jetpack and shoots him in the air, and then you just see him drop. It's like, hey, you don't know how to use it. The control panel's on his wrist.
It's like, the baby's seen worse. The baby saw him die.
Yeah, and then he has to walk back, all the way back to Mos Eisley. And then he has to...
But he got his jetpack back. I don't know why he didn't fly his jetpack.
He does. And then he has to see Amy Sedaris, who I still don't think is a really good character. I get that she's like oh, hey, how you doing? I'm your mechanic. But she's not...
I wish she had eyebrows.
She feels like she's in a different show. But she does set up what's
She's like
going
the
on.
Saturday Night Live relief in Mandalorian. It's like, wait a second.
Yes. However, we will see where it goes and if she comes back. I don't want her to come back, but we'll see if she comes back. I do have a theory.
I like how she likes Baby Yoda, though. Like, she wants to take care of him.
Everybody wants to take care of Baby Yoda.
I know, but she's like, gimme.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that's redeeming her for me.
Oh, also they did eat the crate dragon meat, which I didn't know what they were going to do with that. I thought it would have gotten bad when they were stuck in the desert for I don't know how long, but they were eating it. And I like that they're cooking it with
But that's almost
the Razorback.
that's almost like dry
afterburner.
aging it.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a desert, so it's a dry heat. It's almost like dry aging it. So it's probably like even better.
Yeah. But,
Like Gallagher's steakhouse of
but
dragon
cooking it,
meat.
but with the afterburners, that's really clever.
That's brilliant.
And I like this, like, don't overcook it. I want it medium rare. Like, oh, okay.
I like my dragon meat medium rare.
Yeah. Like I said, friend of the podcast, Doug Wilder, his theory is that, one, that he likes that they're morally ambiguous members of the Republic, how they're dealing with a bunch of shit right now. Everything has gone to hell, and they're doing the best they can to fix it. I like that.
This is like the aftermath of...
Yeah, it's been 9 years since the Empire fell, but you still have zealots, you still have nuts, and not everybody is agreeing to the New Republic's order. This actually is going to lead to the New Order taking over.
It's the Wild West.
And it's the Outer Rim, so it is the Wild West. Definitely. The other thing that he brought up, which I was thinking, and it's true, is the Razor Crest. That's not going to last. By the end of the season, that's going to be destroyed, I think. I think it's going to get destroyed, and they'll have to get a new ship.
Well, it can be like the Millennium Falcon again. That thing gets blown up, gets dented, gets trapped in yards, gets hijacked, gets all sorts of stuff, but it's still the Millennium Falcon. Like, this thing is either going to be junked soon, or it's going to have to be a long-running joke of it's never going to die.
Yeah.
The old clunker that just keeps hanging on.
But at this point, all that's left is the cockpit and the engines. The inside, I'm surprised all their gear doesn't just fly out into space.
But they're traveling so slow. They're not like warp speeding, light speeding, jumping parsecs.
It's gonna be a really bumpy ride in the future, unless they fix it. Hopefully they fix it. And he's got to stay ahead of whoever's after him. Also, questions from last season. We still have not seen anything to do with Moff Gideon. We know he's alive. Curious where it's gonna go, but
it's coming.
We'll see. So definitely worth watching. And now let's get to the other show, the show which you're so excited to talk about. And what show are we talking about?
Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, Dancing with the Stars, Idol Night. And like I bitched before, ABC, East Coast, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you for putting on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, my language would not be that strong. But, yeah, how annoying. We sign into our app to watch it, and they only have football.
Not that football's not awesome. Lots of people like it. Enjoy your sport. You do you. But I wanted to watch Dancing with the Stars, not football.
Yeah, no, if you're watching on TV, fine. Put on Monday Night Football. if you're watching it on the app, you're there to watch the show, not football.
Yeah.
So come on, ABC. You dropped the ball big time with that one. Especially because it's a competition show.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, like, as soon as you Google it, it, like, shows you who was just kicked off and stuff like that. So you can't, like, no spoilers until you get to watch it.
So sadly, we had to watch it through some other means. Someone was streaming it.
Which was less quality of a visual.
Also, the ending was cut off. So we had to actually wait till the next day to find out what happened.
Yes.
Which was a shame. But you had some great dances.
But we were able to still vote.
Yes. And surprisingly, Neve was safe from the competition, the dancing competition.
Because he had won the previous week, so he was safe from he didn't have to do the group dance.
But the reason why is because it was an odd number. That's why they did that.
Right.
Next episode, probably not. The episode after that, probably they're going to have, oh, you're safe because you won last.
They might all dance against each other next time.
Maybe. But the first part was good. I mean, you had some great dancers. I still say the person who got, well, let's talk about this. So first you had Neve and Jenna, like we said. All nines doing Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting by Elton John. He was doing a jive. He did a good job with that.
That might have been one of my favorite costumes that his professional wore, with the polka dot fluffy skirt that flies around and the off-the-shoulder little polka dot top. I thought that was, like, so adorable with the little saddle shoes. I was in it.
Yeah. And then, of course, you had Sky and Milan doing If by Janet Jackson, her dressed up as Janet and doing the Paso Doble. Really good.
Yeah, that's probably as angry as she can get.
Yeah.
She seems so sweet.
But then again, she gets yelled at again because flips and twists. But
they were saying that she was doing better, though.
Yeah, but still.
That she had more landing and more in between.
True.
She's just so little and lightweight. He can't not do flips and twists with her.
Then one of the people who was at the bottom, but surprisingly got all 10s, the highest score in the episode, Johnny and Britt, did a quick step as Amy Winehouse, and let's be honest, I didn't like it. I mean, and they picked Valerie by Amy Winehouse. She has 10 good songs. And Valerie? For a quick step? I'm
not gonna diss on them for the song choice. I like Amy Winehouse. It's really...
And he looked like Amy Winehouse. I'm not gonna
It's really sad that, how it all ended with her. But I thought, of course he loves Amy Winehouse. Of course he wants to do the big hair and the winged heavy eye makeup and be Amy Winehouse. But it looked like a well-choreographed lesbian wedding first dance.
Yeah, it did look like that.
Like...
It just... And there's nothing wrong. I don't know.
Not at all. It's what I would expect out of a more exuberant lesbian wedding. It didn't feel like a dance competition. It
felt heartfelt, which is good.
Yeah, there was good emotion, and they have like this brother-sister love thing going on.
Personally, I think that maybe what happened was that he had a different singer in mind and someone took the singer.
Well, no, he usually likes Lady Gaga.
He should have done Lady Gaga then.
But he referenced Lady Gaga before.
You could do Lady Gaga twice. It's Lady Gaga. It's Stephanie. You could do her twice. Next, you had the group that I want gone, and they're never going to be gone. We're talking about Caitlin and Artem with all 10s again.
And gosh darn it, I didn't want it to be a good dance. I don't like her. There's something that really unnerves me about her, like on a personal level, that really bothers me. She seems like a mean girl, but it was a really good dance.
Funniest part is she did Britney Spears, dressed up as Britney Spears, and she was doing Toxic, which, again, they're better songs to dance to than Toxic.
And I'm sure when she got off stage, she put on her Lululemon leggings, she put on her furry Ugg boots, grabbed her pumpkin spice latte, and went to the mall.
No, it's COVID. They can't go nowhere. They're being very...
She's a basic girl.
She's super basic, but the funniest part about was the interview about her. Oh, I love Britney Spears. We were both like, there's no way she loves Britney Spears. She's like too old for that. And then we see her at like 16. Oh my God, I'm going to see Britney Spears. You're like, oh my God. She's like, my goodness. She's one of those Britney fans, like the crazy ones who like, we're going to speak to one of the fans waiting online for 3 days. And like, oh God, she's one of those fans. So I got to give her props on that. That fandom.
She's definitely a fan.
And we grew up with Britney Spears. I liked me some Britney Spears in the moment, but fans at that level were mean girls to me. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't like her.
But you say, and now the one...
I feel like it's an old villain come back to life.
Sorry, gotta clear my throat a little bit. Next we had Justina and Sasha, who did a Roomba, and they were actually kind of at the bottom, which is rough. They're at the bottom 3. But she did Madonna, Crazy for You, and it was a Roomba, and I think they were a little hard on her. Like, Cheryl was really hard on her, which is weird. Like, tonight, not Cheryl.
But it's getting harder.
What's her name?
It's a competition.
The one judge. Anaba.
Christiane Anaba.
Christiane was super hard on her, and we're going to get to it, because there's actually a complaint by the person who was eliminated last night about her, how she was very disjointed this week. Like, her votes were really weird and off, and like, we don't know if she was watching the same thing or what.
Like, it wasn't consistent.
Yes. It seems like she's now like, I'm favoring my favorites, that's it. Mm-hmm. And you had Nelly and Danielle doing California Love by Tupac and doing jazz to it.
Which is really cool because Nelly redid the Tupac song out of, like, respect. And West Coaster over here thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, he was really low, and he should have been at the bottom. He should have been at the bottom, too, but he wasn't at the bottom, too. A lot of people like Nelly. Now, the last one, the one who got eliminated, AJ and Cheryl. For the get-go, he did Freddie Mercury, Somebody to Love, a Viennese Waltz, and they gave, Ms. Inaba gave him a 7.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve a 7. That was a really good dance.
He did not deserve a 7. It wasn't his best dance. He did have like a hiccup, and it was always like after that was kind of out of step the whole time. And he feels like he's getting a little tired.
But he did great in the second round. In the second round, he was dancing again, and he won that.
And what was nice about it is he had listened to what the judges said in the critique and adjusted in the moment.
And he did it, and he won. He won his heat.
His face-off, his
dance off, which was against who was it? It was against, looking at my notes, not make sure no one could see me. He was against Johnny, and it was.
He did a good job.
Yeah, and they were dancing the Wake Up Before You Go, and he kicked the hell out of Johnny.
Yeah,
but then they both ended in the lower.
But Johnny had a really hard time with kicks and flips because professional skaters don't move their legs like that.
Yeah. And then with Nelly and Sky, they were dancing salsa to Ricky Martin, The Cup of Life, and Sky beat the hell out of Nelly. Because they're going back and forth. I said, I don't even know, because went over here, went over there, went over here, went over there.
You look over here, you look over there. They're doing it.
And then we had the Cha-Cha-Cha by Justina and Caitlin. And I love the analogy that...
it's spice.
That Bruno said. He's like, it's spice versus sweet.
And it is passion versus polish.
Yeah. Like, Caitlin and Artem were a little polished, but they were kind of boring. They were like, just, let's do the movements, that's it.
Like, this is what we do.
And Justina was...
You can't not look at her. She's so much fun.
And she's having fun doing it. She's smiling, she's looking at the judges, and she's having a blast.
Like, she's a performer. Like, I would go watch her. I'd probably want to go try to dance with her.
Yeah. But, alas, we said it goes to the end. And the votes were... Bruno voted for Johnny. Yeah. Mr. Hugh voted for AJ. And then the tiebreaker...
Carrie Ananaba
voted for Johnny.
Yeah,
it's Carrie Ann... A lot of people giving her shit about that.
Yeah.
It's like no other episode I've seen like this. Is that normal to feel like this, like with a judge?
Yeah. Because we don't know what they're looking at. They have cameras and they can watch them in their little screen side by side. That's why they block those blocks like that. So that they literally are side by side and you can judge them next to each other. Rather than trying to look back and forth with them dancing when they're up against each other. But we pick our favorites for different reasons, right? We champion them.
and the judges are supposed to be partial and judge them by the dance and do all this, but the judges also go, but you've been growing and you've been doing this. I like you so much. And it's when they say that, it's like, okay, well, that's not fair.
Like, the thing is that, what's his name? Not Bruno, not Christian, it's... Derek, he is super tough. And he does have favorites. But in the end, he is... he is fair.
He is very fair, and he is super tough, but he's super tough with everybody. So, when he's not super tough, he still is really tough. He just says it nicer because he can tell when they work really extra hard, and he'll say it. You know, like, you did a really great job. I saw that mishap. It's hard to get back. I'm sure every single time you tried this, you did it 100 times perfectly. And of course, this is the one time that you messed up. Like, he has empathy, but he can remain super tough. And he has things that he likes about everybody. So he's the most consistently fair, I think.
Which makes sense.
I mean, if I was being judged, I would rather have a judge that was biased that liked me. But if the judge didn't like me, I'd rather have a judge that was fair.
That makes sense, and I could see that. And I could agree with that. I can agree with that. I shouldn't, but I will.
It's like knowing the person at the candy counter that gives you extra samples. It's like, do you want the extra samples? Yes. But if you weren't the one getting them, is it fair? No.
No, it's not. But we're down to our last 5, and they've actually released the list of what the next dance is. So this is the semifinals, so it's going to be one unlearned dance and one redemption dance. So I'm curious what the redemption dance means.
I think that's when they dance to try to...
So whoever's the worst?
Yes. Maybe? I don't know.
But we have our list of the dances, and it looks like it's going to be Caitlin and Artem. I don't know why they're at the top. They shouldn't be at the top, but whatever. They are doing a paso doble and a contemporary. Sky and Alan are doing a cha-cha-cha, and the one time she did a cha-cha-cha, she was on the chopping block.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to do a Viennese waltz, which she has never done before.
The Viennese waltzes are like the good outfits, the fancy dresses.
Justina and Sasha are doing a tango and a contemporary. So the contemporary is the new one. Tango.
And I think, was it Johnny Weirs that is the only one that's done a contemporary so far?
Yes. Yep, he's the only one who's done it so far. But Neve is also doing a contemporary, and his other dance is a foxtrot. And then you have Nelly doing a paso doble, which he has failed every time he's done a paso doble. And he's going to do a jive. Wait, but
It's just not his strength.
Yeah. And then Johnny and Britt, they're going to be doing a salsa, which he was mediocre with the salsa. And then a jazz. So it looks like that's why it's the redemption. They're redeeming from their worst dance.
Oh, like they get another shot to do it better.
It took me a second to be like, wait a minute, something's wrong here. Why is this? Oh, so they're going to try to redeem themselves from their dance.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so personally, Johnny, I hope that you fail miserably, but that's me. I shouldn't be cruel, but
I like to see everybody doing well because I enjoy watching them dance. It's like that manga and anime we were watching.
Which one? There are 2 dancing manga anime.
The one where I always forget the title.
Oh, Welcome to the Ballroom?
Yeah, where the guy is the one boy is trying to find the right
partner.
Yeah,
it turned out the partner that he finds is a girl who was the male partner in all of her team. So it's like, okay, that's awkward. So she's like a pseudo sundry lesbian.
But she also like knows what it is to do the boys part, but
yeah, it's very.
But that's what
But that's why I know a little bit about this.
That's why I'm like geeky about this.
And we'll see where it goes. Like our front runners at this point, because now it's officially that's it. We gotta just because there's only 2 episodes left. So
come on, Justina.
So are they getting rid of 2 next week? I'm guessing.
I don't know.
Because it's 3 in the finals, right?
I think so.
So if we had to choose for the finals who we want gone. The ones we want gone, I want gone, are going to be, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Kristen.
6. There's 6 left. So 3 have to go.
Is it a double elimination?
No, it's just a semifinals. It may be a double elimination.
But they go to semifinal and then they go to final.
Maybe.
How many episodes are left? 3?
No, next week and then the week afterwards. That's it. Ooh. So they may get rid of 3 next week.
Dum, bum, bum.
So if we had to save them, the ones we want saved, I want saved, are Justina,
Yes.
Nev, and Sky. And if not Sky, then Nelly.
Yes.
But if I had to choose one, Justina I want saved.
I want Justina to win.
I want her to win. I think she deserves it. She's working really hard and she deserves it.
And she's so much fun to watch. I want her to win.
Yeah, I mean, the person who has the leaderboard who's won the most is Johnny, but Johnny should have been knocked out. He should have been knocked out a while ago.
Yes.
Anyway, enough of that. That is all for this episode. We've talked about many things. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments, join the Discord, tinyurl.com/SPIRADISCORD. Or you can email me at zan@spiraken.com or tweet us at Spiraken. Or you can like us on Instagram.
Ba-ba-da-dum.
For the finale, we may dress up to watch it and put pictures up.
What do we dress up as?
We dress nice.
Dancers?
No, we dressed fancy.
Fancy.
Well, we'll see. That's for Dancing with the Stars, and then we're done with that show, and then we have to find a new show to talk about. We'll see. There are so many shows to talk about, so I think that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. I'm Zan.
I'm Greta.
We're gone, so we'll catch you guys next time, and
Keep watching TV.
see ya.